Hi everybody. So I've got surgery coming up next week, so I'm gonna try and get a couple videos recorded this week so that I've got something to post up while I'm laying in bed. So something that people have asked me for a long time, and I don't know why I've never done it, is I've done deadlifts, I've done squats, or deadlifts and benches tutorials, but I've never done a squat tutorial. So I guess that's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna make this into a couple different part video just so it's easier to watch and find. I'm gonna try and start with the feet, show some drills, cut the video off, and then go from there. So today, most important part of the squat, and I do mean probably the most important part of the squat, because you have to think, I'm 200 pounds. Let's say I've got 600, 800 pounds on my back. There's about 1,000 pounds total sitting on my feet. So if my feet are wrong, if I'm unracking, uneven, or my ankles are caving, or this is my foundation. Okay, this is everything. If your foundation is weak, you cannot build a big house. It will crumble. So what we need to work on here today is called rooting. And all this is essentially learning to take your foot and plant it into the ground, and then think of a tree root system in the bottom. You're trying to take your feet and become one with the ground. You know, I don't know how else to really say it. You're going to dig up. I want you, Brittany, can you actually see my foot here?
Yeah, but
All right.
I'll scoot up.
As you can see, I'm literally taking my toes and I'm grabbing the ground. I'm not getting back on my heels. I'm not so far on my toes that my heels are coming up. I'm level. I'm right here, whole foot. And then I'm taking my toes and I'm actively trying to grab the floor with it and root myself into this floor. Okay? From there, the only part else you really want to do is a light external rotation, a light outward twist of the knees, screwing your feet into the floor, or if you don't like that, think about taking your ankles and trying to touch them together, you know, like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz kind of deal. But either way, both of those, as you see, screwing my feet out or trying to make my ankles touch, activates my quads, my hips, my glutes, and it slightly rotates me out. Okay, so that's where we want to be. Rooted into the floor, everything pushed out slightly so that nothing collapses in. A couple of drills to work on rooting, as this is very hard to do, especially if you've been living in shoes your whole life, which most of us have. So, number one rule, or easiest drill to start off, is just a simple one-leg stand, where you're going to stand here, root that foot to the floor as hard as you can. This is going to burn. If this is easy, you're doing it wrong. Grab the floor, flex the quad, flex the ham, the glute, bring this foot up into flexion, flex the calf, everything. Pull your lats down and brace and just stand here. Once you can get up to about 30 seconds, a minute, whatever you want to decide your goal is for there, we'll add a little something else to it. This is a very light band. You do not need a lot of tension to make this work. This is a standing one-leg Pallet press and hold. All it is just one step up from what we just did. So, band is on the working leg side. All right, you then get into your one leg stance position, pull the band out. All right, Brittany, come over here real fast. Now, as you can see, this band is trying to pull me that way. So, in order to fight that, I have to externally rotate this hip, root into the floor, and twist that floor up, and that's going to put me back straight. But it's also going to let me work on this. It's going to let me teach that grabbing the floor and then ripping the floor apart, all while also bringing up your glute med and working on some activation drills before squatting and deadlifting. From there, another little one that you can do at the house. This is just a standard wobble board. It's about $19 on Craigslist. Simple. You can go 1 foot, you're standing here, and work on your control. You know, touch the front, touch the back, maybe try and do some circles and shit. Once that's easy enough, go to 2 feet. I feel that 2 feet is actually a little bit harder. But from here, you're grabbing the floor, and then in order to stabilize yourself, you're going to squeeze your glutes, flex your core, and externally rotate. And what that is I'm just torquing my feet into this board, and that's stabilizing me. I'm now going to let my glutes and my feet go, and you can see now, it's just not quite as easy.